Okay, back at it again. Got one of my all-time favorite artists on video, Bob Ross, the late Bob Ross. Rest in peace. Love that guy. Grew up watching his stuff. All right, I have no idea what I'm going to try to go for right now. I guess I'll start with the operator. See what happens. Been watching a lot of Bob Ross lately. Definitely inspiring. He's like the master ASMR painter. Usually when I start sketches, it's just like broad strokes, boring sounding. It's hard to know where it might go, but with enough perseverance, something always comes out of it. Okay. I have no idea what's happening, where this is going. But hopefully we can make something come out of this. Obviously, my words aren't working amazingly well today, so I might just spend more time listening than talking. Kind of wish that there was a feature when you had the clip automation on and you were dragging a knob, it would just record as long as you're clicking and holding down, record that length. But instead, you got to click and go in there and unlink it and just sort of pick whatever arbitrary length you can. I usually don't really put much thought in it. I just pick a random amount of time, and then I'll just start moving stuff around again and try to record. I always forget. Need to map this. Let's do a little bit of expressionist painting ourselves here with the automation. Sometimes I just kind of go nuts there. Not really trying to, like, at least for textural stuff, I think just kind of going nuts is the fun way. What a chord will sound like here. Could be amazing, could be totally ridiculously terrible. Funky. Alright, well, let's try and play with that. Pretty nuts. We need a much longer loop length. Actually, let's kind of go. Really got that kind of auditor sounding metallic-y. Sometimes I also like to just grab arbitrary sections of automation and duplicate them. There's also this cool feature where you drag the handles and you kind of get the reversal. I always forget to turn off the clip automation recording knob. And I think we need a bit of a limiter at least. Yeah, we got some hot stuff coming through here. Cool sound effects for video game robots. The next IDM banger right here, folks. At least one texture part of it. Well, speaking of, maybe we'll mess about with a little bit of a beat. Beats are always fun. It's not something that I use a lot in my own personal music, but of my go-tos for beats. If I'm not going to use samples, which I typically don't like to use samples much for beats. I use samples a ton in my own personal music. But operator, obviously, like I mentioned in a previous one of these sketches, operator is amazing for percussion, for DSP type percussion sounds. Sugar Byte's drum computer is also really nice for procedural kind of. It's definitely sounding pretty. Pretty stock there. I think what we need is, let's get that drum bus in there. I love this MIDI note probability gate rack that I made. It's I know there's plenty of Max for Live patches that do the same thing, but I use this all the time. Alright, so we got ourselves a little kick. Come back and tweak it later. Needs a snap for sure. Now, let's try to go with interesting. Okay, so this crazy robot stuff, and it's already wearing out its welcome in my brain. I want to add a little bit of a slow tremolo on that, just to kind of space it out a little bit, so it's not a constant. There we go. Gotta push it in the background a little bit with that reverb. Now let's try a kind of a hi-hat-ish sound. And I think the noise is the perfect starting point there. It's kind of a squealy, chirpy. Okay, so I'm going to separate out based on the key that's hit. And I think one thing that could be useful is putting a little bit of an arpeggiator. We'll just put it in the hi-hat track and got that flam thing going on. Let's try and play with like a velocity. Wonder what old Bob would think about this. If he would think it was amazing and awesome or just totally obnoxious. All right, sounds like I'm guessing he would love it. That's just my hunch. Knowing old Bob, he seems pretty open-minded. All right, so I think a snare-ish kind of sound. Snarr. Usually, let's see, a snare is kind of a tone and a white noise. Choose a tone here. And let's give ourselves some notes. Back to this main weird robot-y kind of sound. I want to give it some auto pan. Much release. Tune it also. Choose a different program. Here we go. A little pitch effects here. It's a bit of a flappy snare, but yeah, for all intents and purposes, I think it'll work. Nice. I think I want to put a random velocity in front of this hi-hat, and then add a modulation from velocity to let's see, maybe a filter frequency. See if that does anything. Let's speed things up, see what happens. Let's kick definitely needs some velocity taming. I don't even think that I've set velocity modulation up on this. Let's just try volume A. Pitch. Cool. I think I'm gonna automate. Should have done that first. When you're in the moment creating, it's hard to remember to do little maintenance things. Oh, sounds like Ableton is not happy. Are we gonna crash? Sorry, Ableton. My bad. Oh. Well, and sometimes that's, you know, a good time to stop the clock and just say, hey, I guess we're we're good to go on this one. Well, I guess until next time, have fun, y'all.